Well, I have some ideas of like how I would handle it and stuff like that. And if we're going to begin this conversation of what is the solution, then there's a couple of ground rules we have to go by. Maintain Christian doctrine in everything we do and everything we say, every action we undertake has to be Christian in every way. America has to be one nation. It cannot be divided. It cannot be split. We cannot cut up the land. We cannot have a civil war. We have to be one nation. That has to be the end result. And the third result is that America must rid itself of every single perfidious minority group or every single perfidious group in general that threatens America. And that would be Jews and non-whites. Those are the people that we need. And, you know, if we're going to go with Christianity on that third one, St. Thomas Aquinas, I'm Catholic, he was a Catholic theologian. St. Thomas Aquinas had a pretty good solution for how to handle Jewish people in countries. And that was to remove them from power, seize all their wealth, make them second-class citizens. I ascribe to that. If we're going to handle Jewish people in the United States, I think we need to kick them out of power, never allow them to be bankers, media owners, lawyers, whatever it may be, seize all their wealth, so go to the Federal Reserve with tanks and guns and troops, and take all their gold, take everything back, make it American, and make Jews second-class citizens. And if they don't like it, we'll get them a free ride to Israel, and they can stay there forever and never come back. And then the second thing, never splitting up America. You know, I hate to say this. I hate to, be that guy because it sounds LARPy to say this, but America really is in dire straits where the potential for a internal armed conflict, not a civil war necessarily, but an internal armed struggle, it's very likely. And we saw an internal armed struggle 4 years ago in 2020 with the Black Lives Matter color revolution. And then the chaos that came from November to January during the election. I call that the Blue Revolution because that in and of itself was also a color revolution. There was the Black Revolution, which was, all them niggas going out and burning the cities down. And then there was the Blue Revolution, where the Democrats just illegally took over. So in every situation, America has to maintain as one country. If there's going to be a civil war, which God forbid, knock on wood, I hope there isn't one. If there is going to be one, the end result has to be that America is one united country, because every single area of the country, we need it to function as a superpower, as a hegemon, and as a nation. New England can't function without, Texan natural gas. Alaska can't function without food from the Midwest. California can't function without economic investments or, security personnel or whatever it may be from the rest of the country. The Pacific Northwest can't function without without large swaths of trade and merchant vessels and merchant fleets going into the area. So every single part of this country, it's like a giant clock. Every single piece of it needs each other to function. So in no case, by geography, economy, politics, demography, social, anything, can we split the United States up. We can never do that. America has to be one country. And on the first thing, to stick to Christian doctrine on everything, we have to make sure that we do not intentionally seek violence. We have to make sure that the rules and the teachings and the life and the death, resurrection, everything about Jesus Christ and the Christian faith is maintained, practiced, and kept by every single person in society. And if everybody is not a Christian, then that's okay. Not everybody in Iran is a Muslim, but Christianity needs to be the foremost foundational guiding principle of the United States and of what we do. And those are really just like the three, ground rules for how we do stuff. So in terms of handling the situation, how to fix it, we got to shut the immigration off. We got to withdraw from the perfidious countries like Israel. We have to start doing things that are in America's financial, economic, mercantile, political, militarily, and social interests. We have to conduct ourselves in a such that we are respected and tolerated and cordial with other world leaders in other states. We have to be a nation that is not a bully cop on the block. We have to be a nation that countries can do business with. We have to make deals. We have to have some kind of cooperation with other countries. We have to be a nation that other countries also fear. We have to be a nation that other countries are afraid to get on the bad side of. It's not a bad thing that we're part of alliances like NATO, where, we threaten almost every single country in Europe and in Asia. it's not bad that we have almost 1,000 military bases overseas, and we could put Bradley tanks and Abrams in the middle of your capital city at any point within 48 hours. That mobility is a good thing. That kind of stuff is a good thing. That is in America's interest to be the strongest nation on earth, to have this kind of security and this kind of apparatus that expands around the world. It's a very good thing that America is, frankly, an empire. And it's also very important that the United States is a country that is a beacon of Jesus Christ. We need to be like Lady Liberty, shining a beacon of freedom onto the rest of the world, but we need to have like Jesus Christ there with a crucifix, spreading the light of his message on the rest of the world. Give me your tired, your poor, and your huddled masses. Whoever shall come to me and say that I am Lord, you should be saved. That needs to be our motto. That has to be our running message. As Ronald Reagan said, hate him, but Ronald Reagan said, we have to be a city on a hill. We have to be an example of every nation. People need to become Christian. And in terms of other people in the country not being Christian, that's okay. Christianity needs to guide our nation. So that's generally the solutions. And then there's also trade and that kind of stuff, which I'm not so well versed on the trade, but I know we need to protect our economy. I come from the American School on Economics, which is like Hamilton and a national bank, and not the Federal Reserve though, a national bank, and protectionism and infrastructure investments. Those are the stuff that I believe in. So broadly speaking, that's stuff that I believe in.